That Corey is a fighter, he gonna fight whenever. It's like, nah, that ain't what this is about. This.
You see me fighting?
No.
We can put the microphone down right now and go out back.
You see me fighting?
No.
And now switch seats. You might as well have left Darlene in the middle of us because you got to do something now.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, we just getting loud. I ain't getting loud. You see me fighting?
No.
And now switch seats.
The man was too scared to take his glasses off. He was froze.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, was shaking like a salt shaker. When he say study the video, don't study the video. It was shaking like a salt shaker. It was nervous.
He just was yapping, like when you arguing with your girlfriend.
You got to do something now. I'm not impressed. Ain't no fear in me.
This show is not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. You're rocking with the DJ that keeps the hits coming.
Oh my God, I'm not even at my best yet.
You're rocking with the best.
It's really cause of me, I'm like, yes.
Gotcha, bitch.
Diamonds in the cut, I ain't need a medic. Like a brown skin, big booty, yeah. And her name and legacy set. I'm not your girl. Don't call me a legacy. Sorry, you right. That's my bad. That shit get tricky when you running out of bands and the crew really like me. I'm the man. I'm like, girl, I'm in the zone. I'm like, girl, leave me alone. We done made it all the way from basement home.
This show
is
not suitable
like,
for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
I told her do not call my phone. And now they all on my drip. It's really all on my drip. Really all in the mix. It's really all in the mix. Yeah. Oh my God, this that. I'm not even at my best.
You're rocking with the best.
It's really cause of me. Yes. I'm like, yes.
This show is not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Black boys on the tag. Tapping down blank. Drama news, we gon' talk it. If you cheat, if you creep, we gon' chalk it. Put your text on the screen, can't dodge it. Whole chat going crazy in the comments. Flock. Drama news, it's that toxic. Break up, make up, still you watch it. G Lady I got the topic. Hit play, let the whole world gossip. Drama news, Facebook clip, run the footage. Screenshots, side piece in the hood with them. Baby mom in the back tryna hoodwink him. Panel looking at the cam like who lying him. She say he nothing but a user. He say she just bit on the computer. One mic, two hearts, one rumor. Chat going LW like a scoreboard tuner. Call in, get cooked on a lie. You can cap, but the timestamp side. Every lie, get replay, rewind. Whole show turn a heartbreak to a headline. We gon' talk it. If you cheat, if you creep, we gon' chalk it. Put your text on the screen, can't dodge it. Whole chat going crazy in the comments. Fly drama new, this that toxic. Break up, make up, still you watch it. G-Lily, got a topic.
Welcome to this special live stream, brought to you by the New Culture Empire and Drama News. In this joint broadcast, Thomas will break down the legal implications of the civil suit filed by Anton Daniels' wife, Rita, in response to comedian Corey Holcomb's infamous live stream in the aftermath of his feud, where he addressed Anton's family, attacked the looks of his daughter and wife. Rita filed a civil suit against Corey and his 5150 company. As this case heads to court, we would like to hear your thoughts on this issue that doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. When is freedom of speech crossing the line? How will this lawsuit affect the YouTube space? Will others follow suit and address their grievances with each other in court? You decide. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to the New Culture Empire for all things legal, court, finances, and sovereign citizens review. And do the same for Drama News, where if there's drama, it becomes the news.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
What is good? Y'all already know what it is. A special. The New Culture Empire and Drama News. This is a joint because after this, then it's going to be uploaded on Drama News. But we're going to start off by welcoming everybody to the New Culture Empire. Y'all know your host truly, Thomas Legacy, the New Culture. I am the pro se litigant blueprint in these spaces. Now, what does that mean to me? Well, to you. Although I am not a licensed attorney, I have over 22 years of experience dealing with court, criminal, and civil. I understand court rules, understand rules of civil procedure, and I understand the nuances of court. And this is where we get to the legal side, because that's exactly what I cover on my channel. So the Rita Daniels and Leslie Daniels, I'm assuming that's his daughter, recent lawsuit against Corey Holcomb for 5150, I said, wow, what an opportunity to break that down. Now, the lead attorney has broken it down. But the lead attorney didn't really, in my mind, in my opinion, he didn't really get too much into it. And I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't get into it like that. But I'm going to break this lawsuit down because many people, first of all, when you attack someone's kids, to me personally, I don't see the connection between Anton's daughter and his situation with Corey. I don't see the connection. Then you attack the wife. So it looks bad. Now, I'm not going to say what I would have personally done if it was me. I'm not going to get into all that. Some things that, if you know who you are, you don't have to let the whole world know what you'll do, whatever. But one of the things that makes this interesting is I find it odd that in these spaces, and y'all remind me of that lady's name. She makes like every day is a video about Anton and his wife and Mika, the light-skinned lady. I think she went to jail before, one of those ladies, right? And no shade to her from going to jail. I've been there too. I've been to the feds. I don't really care about that. But one thing that I didn't understand in these spaces is we always talking about protecting Black women and protecting our young Black sisters. We always talk about that. And I've always noticed to see women run to the defense, even lie for other women, even lie about the looks of their kids, just because they don't want to hurt their feelings. See, I've seen all that. But then I start to notice that I've always said the sisterhood is fake. The sisterhood is fake. And one of the things that I've noticed, and what's that guy Cellulite podcast? I was watching a little bit of that earlier. The Angry Man was on there. Shout out to the Angry Man. I think Diesel TV was on there earlier too. Shout out to them. But I noticed that he was scrolling through the comments when that lady was calling Anton's daughter ugly. First of all, the young girl, she's not ugly. I mean, I don't know why you even saw it. There's nothing wrong with her. She's very talented. She went to the junior. Now she's very seems like she's very smart, very educated, got a head on her shoulders. I don't know her age. I think she may be close to 18. I don't know. But you had a black woman calling Anton's daughter ugly. And then you had people in the chat, black women. Cellulite said your name already, so I don't have to say it. Cellulite said your name. He said the name already. You know who you are. I'm trying to figure out, why is it that when you're on one panel, you're like, hey, protect black women, protect these young girls from the ones that like to say, these men. See, these men. But come to find out, ladies, y'all didn't protect a young black girl from a older black woman who was putting her down. Where's the protection at then? I thought, am I missing something? Where is the protection at? Where was all the people that had things to say about what men do to women and black men and black women? Where were they at when she made that comment about Anton's daughter, about her looks? Because if it was your child, you wouldn't have liked it. But let me guess. I got a theory. Now, I think I figured it out. I believe that the hatred for Anton Daniels is so much that it doesn't even matter who does what, who attacks him, as long as it's doing something to affect him. Now, all this protect the black girls and protect our women, that goes out the window when they don't like you, and that black woman just so happens to be associated with you. See, that's why I say the sisterhood is fake. Just fast forward from that. Now we have the lawsuit. Now, I know emotions are rolling. People are, hey, it's going down. California is going down. And the optics, it does look bad. But now you're stepping in a court of law. Now there's the emotions comes out of it. Now there's certain legal thresholds that has to be met in order for you to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. And we're about to break this actual lawsuit down. We're going to break this lawsuit down because I'm separating the emotions from law. Now, this is civil court, and this is out of California, I think Los Angeles. Now, when we talk about civil, anything civil, finances, this is my repertoire here. I really don't talk about dating and love relationships on my channel. This is my repertoire. So we're going to break this down because I find this case to be interesting. And I believe this case has more nuances than what people think. Now, from my analyzing of the lawsuit and me referring it to my Supreme Elite Team litigation model, I believe what a lot of people think her strongest arguments are actually going to be, in my opinion, kind of the weaker. I think the things that people are overlooking or not honing in on are going to represent her strong arguments. And we're not going to sit here and lie and act like that this is just a cut and dry case, because it's really not. It's not. Now, they may amend it. They may amend the lawsuit, amend the complaint, and add more defendants to it, because that just fattens the pig. Because I noticed that there was a big space that was left. So it looks like more people are coming. So it looks like, as of right now, this is just the regular suit, the initial suit, because you have the right to amend your lawsuits or your complaints before the judge rules on them. So before I do that, let me check in. Shout out to Ali. What's up, bro? From the set, you already know what it is. What's going on, broski? You already know what it is. If you feel so inclined, please like, share, subscribe on your way through the door. I swear to God, I promise you, I won't charge you for it. Now, let's share my screen. Let's share my entire screen. Yeah, let's share my entire screen. All right. Now, shout out to the homie Ali for pulling up this case for me. And I know a lot of people got their opinions about court and what's going on in court. But I'm here to tell you, I don't think it's that cut and dry, ladies and gentlemen. But we are about to get into it. So you have the plaintiff filed by Leslie, an individual. My nose sweating. Leslie Daniels, plaintiff, and Rita Daniels, plaintiff. And this was actually filed February 26th. The executive office of the court by 11:53 in the morning. So it was filed like a month and some change ago. So they're suing for defamation per se, false light. Now, the false light, their attorney, that was actually a good strategic move. Defamation of Leslie Daniels with respect to the t-shirt images. Defamation of Rita Daniels with respect to the t-shirt images. Intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by Leslie Daniels. Intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by Rita Daniels in violation of California Civil Code Section 3344. Number 5 and number 6 creates an issue for me. Number 5 and number 6 creates a legal issue for me. Because Corey Holcomb can say, I did this and to insult him. They were just collateral damage. Now, they have to prove that he intentionally meant to inflict emotional distress and harm and, all the elements of psychological damage. Like, I'm going to do this to you on purpose, Rita and Leslie. My personal take in that moment, I truly believe that he was actually doing it to take shots at Anton. And his attorney may be able to spin it. No, we did it, but we was taking shots at him. See, here's the thing. We get the looking at the actions, but we're not adding the legal lens to it. The legal procedure on the elements that has to be proven. So Corey can actually say, nah, yeah, I'm taking digs at him. It wasn't many, like, I didn't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to hurt you. I think they used them to hurt Anton, not justifying what he did, but his lawyers could be like, we was taking digs at him. So comes now, plaintiff Leslie Daniels and Rita Daniels and filed their complaint in this action for damages against Corey goddamn, why we gotta have the same name? Lamont Holcomb in the 5150 show as follows. Plaintiff Leslie Daniels, at all times here mentioned, is an individual residing in Detroit, Michigan. Plaintiff Leslie Daniels is a Anton, I got a question. Who prepared this draft? Who put this together? Is an African American. Plaintiff was 17 years old in his senior high school at all times mentioned in his complaint. Plaintiff Rita Daniels, at all times mentioned, is an individual in Detroit, Michigan. She is an African American. Plaintiff Leslie Daniels is the daughter of Anton Daniels. Sharita is the wife of Anton. Upon information and belief, defendant Holcomb, hereinafter Holcomb, California. Okay, there's 50. We can get past this. That's the show. That's all that. Okay. Now let's get. Okay, here we go. True names and capacities were individuals, corporate representative, or otherwise of those 1 through 25, inclusive, are unknown to plaintiff, who therefore sue them by fictitious names. Plaintiffs will seek leave to amend this complaint. What did I say? What did I say? To show the true names and capacities of said defendants when they are ascertained. What did I say? What did I say? I say it looks like they about to amend it. This look like it's just no court. And no court. Please like the stream, y'all. Please like the stream. Please share it, like it. I know you probably think I don't know what I'm talking about, but trust me. I specialize in taking down multi-billion-dollar corporations. Most recently, Credit Acceptance Corporation. I specialize in taking down multi-billion-dollar corporations. Yes. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and thereon allege, that each of the defendants named as Doe, along with named defendants, are responsible in some manner for the occurrences herein alleged, and that plaintiffs' injuries herein alleged were legally or proximately caused by said defendants. Now, I know I've heard the whispers, like I don't be pocket watching Anton. I know he's a millionaire from what I've seen, but will YouTube be a defendant in this action? I'm pretty sure the live stream was flagged. I'm pretty sure people reported the live stream. Will YouTube be a, if the live stream isn't down, will YouTube be a defendant for allowing that to continue to go on and him be able to monetize that? Will YouTube be a defendant? This is a question for the attorney. Will YouTube be a defendant? Will YouTube be a defendant? That's a question for the attorney. For Anton's attorney. Now, plaintiff, wherever it is alleged that any act or omission was also done or committed by any specifically named defendant or by defendants generally, plaintiffs hereby intend to allege and do allege that the same act or omission was done and committed by each and every defendant named as a Doe and each named defendant, both separately and in concert or conspiracy with the named defendants. See, this is where it gets, me personally, I probably wouldn't, because it now. See, this is okay. So if you're saying one at all, now you got to prove that they met in a room, conspired to do this. You could just have people that's sitting on the stream that's just there, nodding their head. Now you have to show intent. Now, I believe by trying to add everyone in Corey's actions, I believe you're kind of forcing yourself, like the bar. You're raising a bar for yourself. If you're suing his company, out of the 25 defendants, are you suing the company? You're suing everybody that was in the room that day? Are you suing his manager? I'm pretty sure if you try to sue his company or who he works for, he's managed by, they're gonna be like, we ain't got no, we didn't know he was gonna do that. So the lawyers are going to defend that. Are you going to sue YouTube if the video is up and not taken down? Because that's allowing him to still profit from it. You see what I'm saying? These are a lot of questions. To be honest with you, this took place in January. In February, you filed the lawsuit. See, if Anton Daniels would have reached out to me, see, we'd have been going over all this. We've been going over all this. Now, I'm going to see, as we read this, I'm thinking, if the lawyer does what I'm thinking now, I'm not about to say it, but I'm thinking if the lawyer is going to do what I think. Because in any civil lawsuit, one of the biggest, most important things that you always have to do is you always have to lay a foundation that ties into your legal cause of action. Supreme Elite Team, we went over my case last night. You see how that flowed like the Niagara Falls? So we're going to see. Now, plaintiffs are informed and believe, and thereon alleged that each defendant herein was an agent, employee, or representative of the remaining defendants. That's what I'm thinking they're getting at. They're probably suing this management company. They're suing the person who had the camera. They're suing whoever held the shirt up. They're suing people in this. I see where they're going. And each of them, and that each defendant was acting within the course, scope, and authority of that relationship, and negligently or intentionally in the matters herein the alleged, acting in concert with the other defendants and or was an aider and abettor with others as to the conduct. I knew they was going to go there. I knew that's where they're going with it. Being on the scene of a crime and even knowing a crime is about to be committed. It's like you're on the scene of the crime with me and you know what I'm about to do. You know, just because you know, and just because you're there doesn't mean you intended to participate. See, now they have to prove the actual intent. Because Corey's lawyers can easily say, hey, they're sitting there, we're all having a conversation, and the conversation flowed that way. I'm just giving you objective. Like, these are that, like, when I look at lawsuits, I look at from all angles. I'm not saying this not about who's right, who's wrong. We already know. I truly believe Corey shouldn't have went that far with it. I don't think it was necessary. Talk your shit about him, keep it on him, and move on. But all the extra stuff is kind of what's going to cause him to potentially have some liabilities in this case. But we got to see how it plays out. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and thereon alleged that the Doe defendants are responsible for the acts alleged herein, and that they were acting as agents, employers, or representatives of the named defendant and within the scope of their agency in doing such acts. See, that I just feel like I feel like you're casting a wide net, and understandably so. But if you're going to cast this wide net, you have to know the who, what, when. How do you know? How do you know they're acting in concert? Just agreeing with someone in the phase of a situation or a topic. Who printed the shirts? Who came with the idea to print the shirts? Like, it's a lot more that goes into it than that. Factual background. Upon information belief, on January of 2026, the Corey Holcomb 5150 show was aired through YouTube and had a wide audience in the United States. Yes, I was there. I watched it. It shocked me. The show was aired on or about January 13, 2026. Anton Daniels, the father of plaintiff Leslie Daniels, and the husband of plaintiff Rita Daniels, appeared on that show. After introductory comments were made by defendant Holcomb and the guests, the two individuals became involved in an intense, heated discussion, and provocative remarks were exchanged. I don't know if I would have, I mean, I don't know. The following week, January 20, 2026, defendant Corey Holcomb aired another 5150 show. During the show, the defendant twice aired a photograph of Leslie Daniels standing immediately in back of an American flag. Timestamps. The defendant Holcomb clearly identified plaintiff Leslie Daniels as the daughter of Anton Daniels. While the photo was shown, host Corey Holcomb made disparaging and highly offensive statements about plaintiff and her father. Defendant Holcomb referred to plaintiff Leslie Daniels on the broadcast as an ugly ass dyke at 2:05:46 of the show. The defendant knew at the time that the statement was made that plaintiff was a minor. The statement was made intentionally to disparage and demean plaintiff. Now, this is where Corey Holcomb, no, that's right there. It looks bad for Corey. But this is the part where I start to believe where Corey's lawyer, they may come in and say, no, we were in a mutual combat war of words, and I did that against Anton, not so much against Leslie and Sharita. The defendant expected at the time that he would profit monetarily by ridiculing Leslie Daniels and subject her to scorn, since his podcast has promotions for products that bring in substantial income. Now, this is where the nuances of court comes in at right here. Let's read the sentence again. The defendant expected at the time that he would profit monetarily by ridiculing Leslie Daniels and subjecting her to scorn, since his podcast has promotions for products that bring in substantial income. Right there is an issue, because you just made a legal conclusions. And courts, judges, they hate when you make legal conclusions. Me personally, I would have worded it like Anton Daniels, very known on YouTube, has a lot of critics and criticism. You know, a lot of people that basically don't like him. So by him airing that, there's a lot of people who potentially watch the show that doesn't like Anton Daniels, who would have loved to pay and see ridicule. Thereby, Corey Holcomb being able to take advantage of the moment and profiting off the situation. You get what I'm saying? Word like that, like this put him in a position already to do so, instead of saying he expected the profit, because now you're probably going to need evidence of, okay, I'm going to do this to make money off you. I'm going to hold this shirt to make money off you. I'm intentionally, this live stream, everyone, is me making money off it. That's court. That's court. That's court. On the next show, January 27, 2026, defendant Holcomb exhibited for his audience a t-shirt which depicted plaintiff Leslie Daniels as an ape and depicted plaintiff Sharita Daniels as an ape. Now, there you go. See, I would have put the last paragraph, he expected to profit by ridiculing. I probably would have slid that in right here, because now I got an actual merchandise. And part of his stream is to make his channel is to make money off the merchandise of his stream. Yes, even in court, the positioning and the wording of the words. Now, this sentence right here, down at the bottom, 7, the defendant expected at the time that he would profit monetarily by Rita Daniels, subjecting her to scorn since his podcast has promotions for products that bring a substantial income. I would have said right here on the next show, January 27, 2026, defendant Holcomb exhibited for his audience a t-shirt which depicted plaintiff Leslie Daniels as an ape and depicted plaintiff Rita Daniels as an ape. Since, right there you go. Since Corey has a show and part of his substantial income comes from profits, one can conclude that the merchandise and the advertising of the shirt was going to bring a substantial profit, given the fact that a lot of people already don't like my husband and have evidence and just show the videos that people have been making about him all month. See how I would have tied, those would have been exhibits, titles, Anton going out bad, Anton doing this, Anton doing this, all these people showing the views, showing the watchers, showing lists of the comments to lay a foundation that, yeah, people was going to pay to see this situation. I know it seems like I'm going over the word, but it's called laying a foundation for court. Defendant Holcomb explained that viewers of his podcast could purchase the t-shirt. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Check mark. Ding, ding, ding. He alleged that all money received from viewers will be donated to the family of a woman shot in Detroit by ICE agents. Now, let's say that's the alleged, right? So now we're getting into charity. So is he really profiting from it? Or he was donating the money? Because now we get into the gray areas and the nuances of court. Did he actually profit from it? Did he receive a benefit from this? Or did he donate it? And this is where we would get evidence that he didn't do it. Oh, when it gets to trial, Ms. Sharita, your lawyer, that's what you subpoena. Documents showing that the money subpoenaing the proceeds made off the shirt, the proceeds, all that may subpoena the records, the statements, and finding out if was any of that money donated to the charity, like he said. Can Corey, his defense probably gonna be like, I ain't make no money off it. Like, this is just how courts go. See, there you go. To date, no account. I'm telling you, I be seeing. Once I stop at agents, I'm getting in my zone. I didn't even read that part. To date, no accounting for the funds for the t-shirts has been rendered by defendant Holcomb. Upon information and belief, all proceeds from the t-shirts have remained with the defendant. That's why I said what I said when it gets to discovery. If it gets to that stage, yo, get the accounting, have your lawyer. I'm telling you, I know I do this in real life, not online. Everybody give an opinion about the case. I literally do this in real life. I literally have clients in real life. Now we get to the legal cause of action. Defamation per se. I don't, and Miss Daniels, I don't like this one because it's let's read it out and I'll tell you why. Plaintiffs reiterate, and reallege each and every allegation that's set forth in paragraphs 1 through 18 here and above as fully set forth herein. Defendant Corey Holcomb on his podcast of January 20, 2026 falsely stated that plaintiff Leslie Daniels was a dyke. This is a disparate. See, this is the part what I'm saying. Legal conclusions. And what Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 12b6, in every state law's equivalent, stating a claim upon which relief can be granted. Threadbare recitations or legal conclusions is not really a good way to attack it, because a dyke, this is a subjective point of view here. This is a disparaging, homophobic, and misogynistic slur for a lesbian, particularly one who is masculine or butch. I would have worded it, this word is used when discussing a boom, 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 boom. And it's often used in communities to disparage or attack someone. You don't say this is disparaging. No, it matters in court. It matters yes, it matters. Normally, basically what I'm saying is, instead of saying this was disparaging, I would have said this term is damn sure ain't used as a term of endearment. You get what I'm saying? It's normally used in a negative light. And I will attach the culture around that word to him saying it. So anyone can infer, anyone can concur. The jury be like, well, you damn sure ain't say it as a greeting. Defendant Corey Holcomb on his podcast of January 20, 2026. See, I wouldn't have said falsely. See, that would be in my relief for request. See, I would have summed it all up like that. After I'm done saying what they did, when I sum it all up, we get to the conclusion, then I will put that was false. It's I'm telling you, it's little things. I'm telling you, lawyers nitpick like this. Lawyers nitpick like this. Yes, I know professional lawyers. Spoken to people who sit in high places. They nitpick. Falsely stated that plaintiff Leslie Daniels was a dyke. Okay, we did that. Plaintiff Leslie Daniels is a heterosexual and is not a lesbian. The false statement was made by defendants intentionally to demean plaintiff and subject her to ridicule. Cool. Defendants knew the statement was false at the time it was made. On the alternative, defendants failed to use reasonable care, there you go, to determine either the truth of their falsity of the statement, yet made them anyway without regard to their truthfulness. Cool. I like that alternative. Plaintiffs are entitled to recover compensatory damages. Plaintiffs maintain that defendants knew the statements were false and acted with conscious disregard of a child's rights. The statements were made with oppression and malice in an effort to disparage plaintiff and damage her personal reputation, and to subject her to ridicule among her friends, classmates, and the viewing audience. As a result, plaintiff is entitled to recover punitive damage. All right. I'm not. You're still doing it. But never mind. False light. A very strategic move here. Plaintiff, okay, same things for the last one. Defendant statements about plaintiff Leslie Daniels on the podcast of January 20th, 2026 show plaintiff in a false light. Defendants falsely stated that plaintiff was a dyke. The word dyke is a disparaging, homophobic, and misogynistic slur for a lesbian, particularly one who is masculine or butch. The false light created by defendants would be highly offensive to anyone in plaintiff's position. You're still making a legal conclusion. It's not the elements, it's the wording of it. Anton Daniels, I'm going to take this and I'm going to email you my version of this lawsuit, what mine would look like. And I want you to compare. I want you to compare. Down to the discovery request, down to the subpoena request, and if you got to take a deposition, the questions that'll be asked in the deposition. No, that's a real life fact. I'm gonna send it to your email, Anton. I'm gonna send it to your email. Yo, check this out. This is what mine would look like. The false light. Okay, at the time that the statements were made, plaintiff was vulnerable, unshielded high school student. Defendant knew the statements made would create a false impression about plaintiff. Defendants acted with reckless disregard of the truth. Plaintiff Leslie Daniels was harmed by the public statements made by defendants. The statements made by the defendants were a substantial factor in causing harm to the plaintiff. As a result of the foregoing, plaintiff requests compensatory damage in amount determined at trial. Third cause of action, defamation of Leslie Daniels with respect to the t-shirt. And I believe, and for my litigation model, these are really her strongest parts. Not really the other stuff. Like there, right here. Defendant Holcomb's exhibit of the t-shirt with the picture of plaintiff Leslie Daniels portrayed as a monkey. Right here. I would have said this. Defendant Corey Holcomb exhibited a t-shirt with the picture of plaintiff Leslie Daniels portrayed as a monkey. Bam. It was demeaning and unmistakably racist image. It's still considered a legal conclusion. That you save all that stuff when you get to your end, when you're summing it up, just the facts, not how you felt about it. At the time that the t-shirt appeared on the screen, defendant Holcomb made clear to his viewers that the figures appearing on the t-shirt were members of the Anton Daniels family. Perfect. 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 The depiction of Black people as apes or monkeys is a deep-rooted, racist, and dehumanizing trope with a long history designed to deny the humanity of African-descended people and justify slavery and discrimination. This image is understood to be so degrading and demeaning that it cannot possibly be passed off as satire or humor. I agree. I agree. There's not a term of endearment when you got a person with a picture of a monkey. And since y'all in liberal California, it wouldn't have hurt to add a statement that most recently President Donald Trump, I know you fuck with Trump, but I'm saying, hey, you can fatten up the pig. Shit. The image of plaintiff Leslie Daniels as an ape was and is defamatory. Plaintiff asserts that the depiction of Leslie Daniels as an ape was meant to be a defamatory and derogatory act on behalf of the defendant. The plaintiff contends, plaintiff believes that defendant did not mean any good cause or any good faith in depicting plaintiff Leslie Daniels as an ape. You see how the difference in that wording matters? Plaintiff Leslie Daniels is entitled to recover compensatory damages. The image was displayed by defendant Holcomb with sneering condescension and with oppression and malice, and in an effort to disparage and dehumanize plaintiff and to subject plaintiff to ridicule. At 1 hour, 55-minute mark, defendant Holcomb can be seen making sneering, condescending marks with oppression and malice. In the video, he said, blah, 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 while holding a t-shirt. See the difference? See, I get to the details. I would have shredded Holcomb with this lawsuit. I would have shredded him. I would have shredded him. Man, I would have put Leslie Daniels so much as the helpless, hopeless. Oh my God, how could you do such a thing to these people? When I was done with it. See, I'd have been reviewing the video. Oh my God, Anton, if you was to hire me just to prepare the suit, you can get the lawyer to argue. You get just to draft it. I would have watched that video for weeks, analyzing, taking notes, breaking down. And then with that, I would have, okay, what case law in California were people lost for the same conduct as Corey Holcomb? In this case, such and such this case, because I wasn't about to say it, but I'm going to say it now. There still is no, I don't know if in California, there's no case citation. Not as of yet. Anton, every time I say something about you, boy, they run up out of here. Let me do this. I'm pretty sure you got to have case citation suit in a civil suit in LA County, Los Angeles. When filing the initial, I know, I mean, when in federal court, you got to have case law. The initial, when filing in the initial complaint, do you have to cite case law and authority? Because I haven't seen it yet. I'm not saying he didn't do it because I haven't went that far yet. But I'm pretty sure you do in every case. I know you do. I'm pretty sure you do. In California, you necessarily don't. I think all that's going to come in later. California courts. So in California courts, you file the papers to pay the fee to start the lawsuit. They have them delivered to whoever you're suing. So I'm pretty sure they served them already at his place of business or whatever. The other side must file a response in court by a deadline. If you know, you guys are judged to decide the case, called a default. Prepare your case. Go to your trial, pay or collect. Now, avoid legal arguments or excessive evidence in the complaint, as this can allow defendants to file motion to strike. Every jurisdiction is different. But I know in many cases, and the statute, they got the statute there. What was the statute? 3344. So they got the statute there. But it said in a civil pleading, it's appropriate to cite a single case or statute. Every time I filed, helped lawyers out and all that, a lot of them, when they filed it, they got case law to back up what they saying. I would have had like one or two there. I wouldn't have flooded it with case law yet because I'll be saving that after Corey responds. See, I'd have threw the shot out there. This is not a bad jab. This is actually still a good jab. But when Corey, like if he responds, that's when I go on the attack. Now, Fourth cause of action, plaintiff. Okay. Defendant Holcomb's exhibit of the t-shirt with the picture of plaintiff Rita Daniels portrayed as a monkey was a demeaning and unmistakably racist image. At the time the t-shirt appeared on the screen, defendant Holcomb made clear to his viewers that the figures appearing on the t-shirt were members of the Anton Daniels family. Okay, see timestamp at this. In the video, he says the following. In the video, he says the following. The depiction of black people as okay, we did that. The image is so understood, it cannot pass off as humor. Okay, so that's what we do. Fifth cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by Leslie Daniels against all defendants. By publicly declaring plaintiff Leslie Daniels to be an ugly dyke and by exhibiting and selling a t-shirt containing a picture of her as an ape, defendants called plaintiffs to suffer severe emotional distress. Okay. Did you go see a therapist behind it? Did you have to go see a doctor? Because if you did, that would be good evidence. Did it stop you from your daily life? See, now I'm not, it may look like, man, which side you want? It's legal, it's court. But emotional distress, you kind of, it's hard to prove emotional distress because somebody says something that you don't like. So I'm expecting the lawyers to be able to substantiate the emotional distress. Defendants knew that plaintiff Leslie Daniels would hear the false and degrading description of her and would know that Corey Holcomb and the 50/50 show were hawking a t-shirt with the image of her as an ape. Plaintiff did in fact hear the defamatory description of her seeing the degrading t-shirt with their image. Defendants knew that emotional distress would probably result from their conduct or gave little to no thought of the probable effects of their conduct. How do you know that emotional distress? See, that's what I'm saying. This is one thing. It's still called a legal conclusion. You're still making legal conclusions. Attorney, in a civil complaint, is it appropriate to make legal conclusions for the purpose of California's equivalent rule 12B6 motion? In a California civil complaint, it is not appropriate to rely on legal conclusions to survive a demurrer, which is California's equivalent to a Rule 12B6 motion, meaning dismissing a case for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Because California is a fact-pleading state, your complaint must allege ultimate facts rather than legal conclusions. Why legal conclusions are insufficient? No assumption of truth. Why a judge must assume all factual allegations in your complaints are true during the demurrer, they're not bound to accept legal conclusions as true. This is a legal conclusion. Defendants knew that emotional stress would probably result from it. There's no way he can know that. I'm telling you. There's been a lot of legal conclusions throughout this complaint. A defendant can demurrer if a plaintiff does not state facts sufficient to constitute a cause of action. If your complaint only recites the elements of a law without supporting facts, it will likely be sustained for legal insufficiency. Ultimate facts versus conclusion. You must plead the ultimate facts that support each element of your claim. The legal conclusion, the defendant was negligent or the defendant breached the contract. Ultimate fact, defendant drove 60 miles per hour in the 30 miles per hour zone, or the defendant failed to deliver goods by the date specified in the written agreement. That's an ultimate fact. He knew by doing this would be this. Defendant knew she would not feel good if he did. Those are legal conclusions, Sharita and Anton Daniels. Distinctions to keep in mind. Even though they rely more flat, California is fact pleading and is stricter and requires specific details for each cause of action. Evidentiary facts. You do not need to include evidentiary facts, the specific evidence we'll use to prove your case, like Williams' name or exact documents, but you must include the ultimate facts that define the dispute. Now, let's go. Let me do this right quick. Right here. Right here. Watch this. Now, from 51 on down, are there legal conclusions cited? There you go. Yes. Starting from paragraph 51, the draft relies heavily on legal conclusions rather than the ultimate facts required by California's fact pleading standard. I know what I'm talking about. I do this in real life. Trust me, I just spanked a multi-billion-dollar finance company. And where we at, right? 9-10. Hold on. Hold on. One second. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
They studying the source now. Supreme Elite. New Empire talk. Came on reading numbers. They were reading memes. He was reading filings. Planning out the dream. Turn every late fee in the case law heat. Judge bang gavel. He don't skip a beat. They like how you flip stress in the assets. How you turn a loss in the last check. Thomas took notes, broke codes, then he proved it. Now the classroom global and the language fluid. Thomas is the blueprint. Write that in the sky, let the crew print. From the courtroom smoke to the new man. He designed the way we move our 2 cents. Thomas is a blueprint. Supreme League team, that's the school stamp. From the first lay bill to the full camp. New culture empire, watch the flag plan. Supreme Elite Team University. Turn the credit star into currency. Turn the closed door to a first key.
You're rocking with the best.
What's up, y'all?
You're rocking with the best.
What's up, y'all? I'm checking with you. We about to get back to the lawsuit. Check that back in with. He said, Ali, what's in the box? What it is. Holcomb was dumb on this one. Very. That's facts. Yo, what's up, y'all? I can't see y'all because I'm sharing my whole screen. He said, this shit ain't going nowhere. I know that's one of the big, but you want to know where it goes somewhere? No BS. If Anton Daniels watched this stream and reaches out to thomaslegacy603@gmail.com, right? And allow me to re-put the motion together for him, the complaint together, and his lawyer can still argue it. But I'm telling you, from a legal standpoint, Anton Daniels, not Anton, it has too many legal conclusions. I started when I seen it, I was like, you keep saying he knew it was this. No, California is actually stricter than federal courts. It's more lax than federal court. As a matter of fact, Anton, we would have filed a federal lawsuit. Right. We would have filed a federal lawsuit. So it says, yes. And I screenshot that one. Starting from paragraph 51, the draft relies heavily on legal conclusions rather than the ultimate facts required by California's fact pleading standard. While some of these statements are common in complaints to frame the issues, they are legally insufficient on their own to survive a demurrer if they're not backed by specific factual allegations. So he's going to, every part where he's saying during the stream, he held up the shirt and said this. That's why I was saying, if I would have wrote this complaint, I would have had the timestamp or where he said it, and then a quote, a little citation of what he actually said. Look at these monkeys on the screen or something like that. I would have had that, and then Exhibit C, timestamp. So now you can see he said the own words. See, that's a factual allegation. I said, yeah, he did this by doing this. Yeah. Now I'm backing it up with his own words. I'm Rita, Anton Daniels, I'm telling you. I told you, everybody had their opinion online today, but I'm telling you, not many people online in these spaces. I'm telling you, I do this in real life. I've been stamped by professionals that many people would never even run across to in real life. My Supreme Elite team members in here, they'll tell you. Paragraph 51. Defendants knew that emotional distress will probably result such and such. Status, legal conclusion, recklessness, intent. This recites an element of the IIED. You must plead facts showing why they knew it would cause distress. They knew, e.g., they knew the plaintiff's personal history or sensitivity. Paragraph 52, at all times, defendants were reckless in their conduct. This is a pure legal conclusion. Stating someone was reckless is a determination for the judge or the jury to make based on the facts provided. That's why I said you don't, that's for the jury to make. That's for the judge to say. And I tell my Supreme Elite team member group this all the time. You don't say, oh, they were conclusion, they did this. That's for the judge to decide. I literally preach this to my students all the time. Do not make legal conclusions. That's why when you see my lawsuits, they read defendant contends, defendant asserts, defendant believe. Like I never say, okay, they did this and they did this and they did this and they did this. I leave it open-ended for the judge to close the lid on them. Y'all did this. I know they did it, but it's not for me to say they did it. It's for the judge to say they did it. Now clip that. Paragraph 54. Defendant's conduct was gross and despicable and beyond the bounds of human decency. It's a pure legal conclusion. This is a restatement of the egregious conduct element. You must describe the specific actions that meet this high bar. And I said this at the beginning of the stream. Man, I was like, how they're wording it and stuff. It's like they're kind of forcing themselves in a higher standard in a bar to win. And I like Anton Daniels. I ain't got nothing against him. I think the real issue for a lot of people is that he's just a successful black man that many people don't like what he says. I think real reason is Anton Daniels' success kind of forces people to accept their lot in life. And some people, their miserable existence that they call a life. This is why you may have that woman that makes a video about him every day. I'm trying to figure out why they ain't cut Anton Daniels a check. Because he's been giving them content for 3 months, like 3-4 months straight. You're not stopping nothing. The man was just on Stephen A. Smith, for God damn it. The biggest fucking sports broadcasters today. He was just on Stephen A. Smith. You wouldn't even bump into Stephen A. Smith. I mean, come on. Regardless of how he got his money, whether he made investments or y'all say trust fund, regardless, why does everybody have to just be struggle? We gotta struggle. Oh, it gotta be hard. We gotta struggle. What's wrong with people not struggling? It ain't so much about what he says out his mouth, because if you like him, you wouldn't care what he said. It's just he's a successful black man that most of y'all don't feel deserves it. And y'all wish you had his money. That's all it is. Y'all can say all this, he doing all this, all that. What you're really mad is he lives the life that y'all wish you could live. And Anton has way more money than me. That ain't even no secret. But what the fuck are you hating him for? He says a lot of things that I know people don't like. I say a lot of things that people don't like, and you probably say a lot of things that people don't like. But y'all spend so much time on this man, and it looks like he just continues to win. What did he say he made like in January? $300,000? What did he make? Like, what did they say? He make $150,000 on a low end a month on YouTube? What the? You're not stopping nothing. All those videos y'all making about him, y'all not stopping nothing. What I'm starting to think y'all doing, y'all just pimping y'all audience. I don't really think y'all that mad about him. Y'all know the audience really feels some type of way because in many of these chats, it's a bunch of low-hanging fruits. So y'all really pimping them as well, playing them on their own emotions. So they can send you super chats. So they can send you cash apps. So you can run off the bag on Anton. Y'all really don't have the beef that you think. You want to do some like shock value content about him so it could just put eyes on your channel so you can monetize it. Let's just be honest. Because if you're trying to shut him down, obviously it's not working. Obviously, he was just on Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith reached out to him. Yo, I've been watching your stuff. All the people that's making content about Anton, you think Stephen A. Smith watching y'all? You think he watching y'all? What's going on, Crystal? How you doing? You think they're watching y'all? And you know what's so sickening? For y'all to hate someone so much that you will stamp and approve a man talking about his daughter who's innocent in the situation, who has nothing to do in the situation. And y'all would just act like it didn't happen, or because you don't like Anton Daniels. Where's the morality at? Where's the protect our young black girls? Because y'all be so quick. We are protecting for these men. But next day, y'all hop y'all black asses up on the panel talking about how we need to protect our women from these men when y'all wasn't protecting another black woman from another woman talking about her. Y'all faking phony. This is why a lot of y'all in the same miserable existence that you call a life. There's nothing positive about y'all. Everything's just negative. You just walk around so mean and angry. All because a man on YouTube says things that you don't like. Woo! Look how low you have to be. A man on YouTube is saying things that you don't like. We ain't talking about your dad, your uncle, everybody that you're around every day. You're talking about a person on YouTube to the point that y'all will keep running his watch hours up on a man that you don't like. But you'll continue to go over to Room 9 in the Millionaire Morning Show and run his engagement up just to say things to try to get under his skin. Soon as he go live, you don't like him so much. Soon as he go live, You'll leave the content creator that you like just to go to the channel of the men that you don't like just to troll. And you talking about just all men, we just devilish? Man, all y'all like the drama. All y'all like the BS. All y'all like it. It's drama news. All y'all love drama. Because as soon as that man that you don't like fire for live stream, y'all run y'all black asses over there and sit there for hours. You know how many times they did that shit to Sharon? When a man that they don't like fired their street, they'll leave right over there. Wanna know why? Because when they do fire the street, I go over there. As soon as I go over there, I see everybody that was just a chat on Sharon to go bang right over there. Look at this shit. Yo, woo, wee. Good God Almighty. All right, let's get back to this right here, right quick, before I get back to the lawsuit. So, defendant lines 9 and 10. Defendants were guilty of malice and oppression. Pure legal conclusion. These are specific legal terms used to justify punitive damages under Civil Code 3294. Without specific facts showing a conscious disregard for your rights, this phrasing is conclusory. 56. Defendants cause plaintiffs to suffer severe emotional distress. Another legal conclusion. Causation and damages. Simply stating you suffered severe distress is a conclusion. You need ultimate facts describing the nature of the distress, nature, medical treatment, physical symptoms. Remember I just said emotional distress. What did I say? Did you go see a doctor? You go see a therapist behind it? Did the therapist diagnose you saying it's based on this event that it happened? Like I'm not wrong. I know what I'm talking about. At all times, defendants were racist in their conduct. Legal conclusion. To a court, racist is a characterization of behavior. You must plead specific racist acts or statements, e.g., the specific imagery on the t-shirts or words spoken that supports this characterization. So, pleading facts versus conclusions. Defendants were reckless, 52. Why does the conclusion? It labels the behavior without describing it. What the ultimate facts look like. Defendants released the image despite receiving a cease and desist letter on date. That's the example. Another one from the complaint. Conduct was beyond the bounds of decency. Why is it a legal conclusion? It cites the legal test for the IIED. What an ultimate fact looks like. Defendant sold a t-shirt depicting plaintiff as an ape to a live audience of people. See, that's how I would have worded it and left it right there. Because the judge could clearly, like, hold on, that wasn't right. See, I'd have left it right there. I'd have left all out of this shit open-ended for the judge to just close the lid on, like I did in my own lawsuit. The title to my vehicle that I won in my lawsuit, part of my settlement of a multi-billion-dollar company. I think I know what the hell I'm talking about in civil lawsuits. Plaintiff suffered severe distress. Why is it a legal conclusion? It labels the harm without describing its impact. What a ultimate fact looks like. Plaintiff was unable to return to work for a number of weeks and sought treatment for panic attacks. That is what I'm talking about. See, if I was doing Anton's lawsuit, I would have sat down with him and his wife. We would have put together a comprehensive plan. What they want. Okay, what do you want out of this? How you feeling? What do you want? Did you have to go see treatment from it? How are you feeling emotionally right now? Hey, Anton, a suggestion. Take her to a doctor, a therapist, seek a little treatment for your daughter too. Go seek therapy right quick. I would have told them this right around that time. Go seek therapy right quick. She can't go to school, had to put her out of school. Things are going wrong. Hey, have her go see therapy. Get that documentation. Because when we get to the emotional distress, we can prove it. If they didn't already do that. And I've been working with Anton. All right, Anton, listen, give me 2 weeks. I got to read this video. I got to watch the video again. I got to internalize it. I got to walk it. I'm probably watching. I'm about to take about 5,000 notes because everything he's saying something that's going to support the elements of my facts. I'm copying it down. I'm putting a timestamp. All right, blue check, timestamp, set this here. Timestamp, set this here. Timestamp, set this here. Timestamp, set this here. Because this is actually a real easy case because you can just convict him off his own words and his intent. And we laid the foundation where he already had a salty taste in his mouth about you before you even came on the show. And then I would have used all the facts and evidence that's leading up to him making a live about your wife and kids. And I would have laid the foundation where you reckless intent. You knew what you were. Oh my God, man. God almighty. And let's just read. 56, by exhibiting and selling a t-shirt of her as an 8, defendants caused plaintiff Rita Daniels to suffer severe emotional distress. Defendants knew, there you go again, that plaintiff would hear that Corey Holcomb in the 5150 show were hawking a t-shirt with the image of her as an 8. Plaintiff did in fact see the degrading t-shirt with her image. As a result of defendant's action, plaintiff had to seek mental treatment from a therapist. Plaintiff couldn't return to work. Plaintiff was in fear of leaving her home because she's known and he has a broad audience in the fear of being ridiculed in public, which caused plaintiff to start having panic attacks and had to go seek treatment for it. Oh man, hold on, y'all. I gotta drop the bombs on that one.
You're rocking with the best.
My bad, y'all. Let's get back to it. Defendants knew that emotional distress would probably result from their conduct or gave little or no thought to the probable effects of their conduct. No. Don't. As a result of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to compensatory damages. Defendant's conduct was gross and despicable and beyond the bounds of human decency. Defendants were guilty of malice and oppression. As a result of the despicable racist trope, the plaintiff is entitled to an award of punitive damages. 7 cause of action. Violation of California Civil Code. Section 34. We're going to start with 63 because they repeat the same things for 62. Defendants violated California Civil Code. See, right there. Right there. 1 second. So right there, instead of saying defendants violated California Civil Code, I would have started off by citing California Civil Code and citing the elements, what the statute says. Under California Civil Code says this is what the code says. And then I would approve how their actions violated the code instead of saying they violated the code by displaying the photograph of plaintiff Leslie Daniels, a minor, without prior permission of plaintiff or of her parents on January 2046 for commercial profit or gain. That's a good wording there, but I would have. Said like defendants knew that plaintiff was a minor, but still aired on the live stream instead of saying defendants acted with malice. You see that? You see that hits different? You see how it hits different? Defendants knew that plaintiff Leslie Daniels was a minor and still aired her and displayed her in demeaning ways, knowing she was a minor. Defendant reproduced her pictures without our consent. Out of defendant's own words, they tend to make at least some financial gain from the exploitation of a minor without our permission, or the image of a minor without our permission. Forget how they made her feel. I'd have been like, without our permission, she's a minor. You need the parents or guardian's permission. We have no contract with Corey Holcomb allowing him to use the picture and the likenesses of our child who was still a minor at the time. You see how the way I'm wording it gets more to the satisfying the legal elements instead of just like, they did me so wrong, they did her so wrong, they in court. Defendant's new conduct was knowing and intentional. 64. The defendant's conduct was knowing and intentional. The defendants knowingly and intentionally published, produced, portrayed the image of a minor daughter, the plaintiff, knowing that there was never any agreement for him to do so, thus violating Civil Code Section 3344. See how I worded hammers at home? I know how to bring shit home. I know how to word to bring it home. At the time that defendant Corey Holcomb displayed the photograph during his podcast, he stated that it was a photograph of Anton Daniels' daughter. There's a lot of pieces out here that I would take, but the lawyer just didn't. I guarantee you, if I put because I'm pretty sure the lawyer knows how to argue it. I mean, the elements are clear. I guarantee you, Corey Holcomb's ass would have been in that back room, their lawyer and your lawyer settling, and I'm pretty sure there'd have been a non-disclosure agreement. Don't have it all because y'all don't want nobody to make content off it. A non-disclosure agreement, settle for an undisclosed amount or whatever agreements y'all reach. If I'm telling you. As a result, plaintiff is entitled to recover compensatory damages. Plaintiff's prayer for relief, compensatory damages in amount to be proven at trial, exemplary and punitive damage for the first, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth causes of action, for attorney's fees with respect to the seventh cause of action. 1 second. Hey, what's up, man? Live right now. But what's up? What's up? Oh, yeah, I was calling you earlier to let you know I was going live. What you doing? Yeah. She's looking for food. I mean, get something to eat. I'm about to go drop this insurance off at the DMV. All right. Can you stop by the CVS before you get home? Before you come home? Yeah. All right, bet. All right, and then we leaving Tuesday night, right? Tuesday morning. I got my date so mixed up. All right. Yeah, but we'll be here Monday all day. All right, cool. That's a bet. All right. Bye. Everybody's not just single, sitting in the little corner of their house, just hating women all day. I don't know where you get that from. The New Culture Empire, Supreme League team, we don't hate women. I work with women. I know women who are in powerful positions more than men. I don't even get that manosphere shit. I don't get maybe the old school manosphere, maybe I get, but this new age manosphere is full of garbage. You know the problem? These ain't got no game. They ain't got no game. See, money don't compensate for lack of drip, lack of aura, lack of stand-up, lack of substance conversations. You can't throw money at that. Either you got it or you don't. So it's Steven Sarshik. Whoa. I did not know that was there. I'm not going to go over the exhibits. Nah. Because I didn't know, because his daughter popped out. I'm not going to go over the exhibits. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it already. I'm not going to go over those exhibits. Out of respect for, because I didn't get Anton's permission to. Now, I can review the lawsuit because it's public records. But, I mean, the exhibit is part of public records. But I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Now, this right here, see, I typed this up earlier. This part right here is my screen still shared? Is my screen still shared? Yeah, it's still shared. All right. What the lawsuit actually claims from the complaint: minor, daughter called ugly, a slur about sexual orientations, family depicted as monkey on a t-shirt and sold publicly, image of minor used without consent for profit, claims filed, defamation per se, false light, defamation, t-shirt images, IIED, that's the emotional distress statute. Intentional to inflict emotional distress, misappropriation of likeness, minor. It's the legal breakdown. Defamation per se. I said it's strong but tricky. Very tricky, Rita. In California, defamation per se equals statement so harmful you don't need to prove damages. The classic categories are crime, professional harm, sexual misconduct, loathsome characteristics. Calling someone a slur about sexuality can qualify. See, so the Daniels, this fits under the kind of the sexual misconduct thing. Now, the Daniels, relevant authority, smaller, 2022, ethical complexities in defamation and false light claims. Georgetown Jail and Public Policy. Rita and Anton, your lawyer, y'all should get this right here. Another one, Lewis, JB, and Morosi, GV, 2002, opinion and rhetorical hyperbole and workplace defamation actions, DePaul Law Review. See, these are all the things, Anton, if I was working on your case, I would be researching the class of the examples, how the course usually rules on these, what the elements you got to prove, how they say it, how they do this, the wording, the time, the font, the style, the this. I do the law review, opinions from professionals. See, these are professional opinions, because one thing about me, I always look to the professionals for the opinion. Professional opinion on this. Defamation. What are the classic examples in which these cases I've seen in California? Defamation. Okay, so let me take one of these classic examples from the defamation case. Let me read the cases, read the elements, read their cause of actions, and I'm gonna look at Rita's and Leslie's case and be like, okay, these elements fit here. These elements fit here. So I'm gonna cite this case to match with these elements. I'm gonna cite that case to match with these elements, and I'm gonna cite this case to support my legal cause of action in real life. These works explains that false statements about sexuality can fall into defamation per se if presented as fact, not legal conclusions. The problem from research in my litigation model, here's the problem. Courts often says insults equals opinion, not fact. So what that means is, Anton, did Corey really know that your daughter's a dyke? Rita? So given the fact that she's not, it can be like, ah, he just talking shit. So Corey's defense will most likely be, that's just trash talk, comedy, no harm, no foul. False light, very important and strategic claim. This might be stronger than defamation. Pay attention, Rita, Anton. The law. False light equals portraying someone misleadingly in a way that is highly offensive, made with reckless disregard for truth. Now, there's no dispute that portraying Rita and his daughter, I don't know if I didn't see the shirt. I think I seen a glimpse of it. Well, whatever, depicting them as a monkey, that clearly can qualify right here. Why does it matter here? Minor, Leslie was a minor. Huh? 1 second. Hold on 1 second. What the fuck? Hold on. Damn, my bad, y'all. My little homie, man, he got out of jail, man. He pulled up on me. A little young boy, I was mentoring and shit. I was, writing him while he was in juvenile. He came back and pulled up on me, man. When he just got out, he came and pulled up on me, man. Cause I mentor to the kids like in my, in my neighborhood and around the high schools and stuff. So like with my church and stuff. So I'm one of the leaders of the prison ministry. I'm one of the leaders of the prison ministry because obviously I've been there. So I be mentoring to the kids, and we be going like sometimes the little juvenile detention center. It's like once every like 90 days or whatever. I come make a speech. They tell me, talk about my situation, what I went through, and just like where I'm at today, So all the young boy, all the young homies, they actually look up to me in my area because I'm not too far removed. I'm like, oh, you just young, because I'm still young enough and I can still relate. So a lot of old people, the disconnection be because they so quick to pass judgment. Oh, these young, they ain't got no life. I hate them young. But I'm young enough and I'm in that generation where I can still relate. So I don't really try to be too hard on because I know that used to be me. So I can understand. So like my words kind of get through it than someone that's 40 or 50 trying to talk to them. See, I'm still a little young enough to relate. So I understand what's going on. Hell yeah. Good shit, little broski pulled up on me. I was like, who the fuck is that at my door? Shit about to get crazy. I ain't know who the fuck that was. Went straight to the door. Oh, it's you, broski. What's up, young nigga? But let's get back to it. Why does it matter here? Publicly labels something she's not, and it was broadcast to a large audience. Case supports. SK Fields. Game faces. Sports celebrity and the laws of, reputation. P. Siegel, 2014, Cases in Communication Law. These confirm that false identity, portrayal, sexual, moral, etc. are actionable, even if not classic defamation. Racial depiction, the t-shirt claim, the strongest emotional hook for a jury, but is legally complex. The lawsuit argues depicting Black individuals as monkey equals historically racist and dehumanizing. Academic and legal support for Rita's argument. R. Delgado, 1982, Words That Wound, a tort action for racial insults. Harvard Criminal Law Review. Pilgrim, D. Pilgrim, 2017, Watermelons, Nooses, and Straight Razors. These sources will help Rita explain calling Black people monkeys is a recognized racial slur with deep historical harm. I think one of the nuances to that is if that was a white person saying it, it probably hit harder. Since another Black person saying it, it may still have the same effect, but yeah, I know it'll hit way harder for white person than it. Courts often rule racial insults alone don't mean defamation. Why? Because they're usually treated as opinion and protected speech. First Amendment, which will be Corey's main point. Corey's lawyer is going to wear that First Amendment out. And since it's a constitutionally protected speech, I mean, if you can't even go to prison by burning the American flag, it's distasteful to our country, but you don't go to prison by burning the American flag. So that First Amendment, that's going, Anton Daniels and Rita Daniels, Corey Holcomb is going to wear the shit out of that First Amendment. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, IIED. This is where plaintiffs often win when defamation fails. Standards. Conduct must be extreme and outrageous, intentional or reckless, causes severe emotional distress. Rita and Anton Daniels, the emotional distress one, you have to be able to satisfy the high bar. Hell, go see a doctor for it. Go see a therapist. Play, Anton, you got the money? Play the video for the therapist. Rita, yo, I'm public. I do this all the time. Couldn't leave my house for 3 weeks. I suffer from panic attacks. And get that documented on paper. Now you got the receipt for court. I swear to God, Anton Daniels, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You're rocking with the best.
Know what I'm talking about. Strong facts Rita has. You have a minor targeted. You have repeated broadcasts. You got monetization, t-shirt sales, and you got the racial imagery on the shirt. That combination helps a lot. Supporting scholarship literature. C.B. Johnson, 1999, Stopping Hate Without Stifling Speech. M.R. Bartels, 2020, Program Defamation. These note courts are more willing to allow IIED when speech becomes targeted harassment and exploitation. And you got that with the minor being targeted. You got the repeated broadcasts of it. You got the monetization and t-shirt sales, and you got them looking as monkey on the shirt. You can check those boxes off. Misappropriation of likeness. Very strong claim for Rita. This is low-key the sleeper claim. Civil law, civil code 3344. You cannot use someone's name, image, likeness for commercial purposes without consent. Facts. Minor's image shown publicly used to boost, show, and sell merch. And they didn't even get your permission to do it because she was a minor at the time. If fucking Walmart wanted to have her picture on it, they ever have to get y'all consent. That's the easiest to prove. That is so easy for y'all to prove. And this shows how Corey Holcomb, like, you didn't know that? You ain't think that far down the road? Like, think about it. Why am I can see, like, why would you put a minors on a shirt? Like, how stupid can you be? That was a dumb move. That was a dumb move. And then you was holding it up like, and shout out to, what's that lady's name that be on the show with them? I forgot. But she didn't want to hold the shirt up, and you got mad at her. She wasn't going to hold that shirt up with that minor on it. You know why? Why would you even ask her to do that? These talking about, I don't do it, the next bitch will. Like, bro, it was like a, and my way, I'm from the DMV. You know what we call that? We call that sucker shit. Like, you was on some sucker shit that day with her. Why you want another woman to hold up? Think about psychologically with, what's her name? Doris, I forgot her name. The girl that be on 5150. Think about her. What if she's a mom? What if she's an aunt? What if she's a grandmother? I don't know how old she is. She don't look that old. What if she has a daughter? Do you think she will feel comfortable participating and holding up a shirt with a minor child depicted as a monkey? Like, Corey, why would you even put her in that situation? You really thought she was going to be comfortable with that? That's why she didn't do it. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of people y'all follow and praise. If you ain't got no morals, principles, and values that you stand on in your heart, you are subject to be bought at any time. And a lot of people, they waiting to be bought. They can't wait for someone to offer them something so they can get out their immediate situation, so they can be bought. All to just regret it later. For the bag. I'm telling you, it's not what it's caked up to be. Yeah, it provides you comfort. It provides you stability. It provides you security. It doesn't solve all the rest of your problems. Money doesn't stop cancer. Money doesn't stop a blood disease. Money doesn't stop heart failure, liver failure, lung cancer, prostate cancer. Money doesn't stop it. Just to regret it later. Hell, $100,000 ain't even $100,000 anymore. Everybody talking about this six figure shit. You know what $100,000 feels like to me? $100,000 feels like 60,000. I made $230,000 in 2023. Felt like probably 110. Made like 15 to 20 last year. Felt like 105. When you got responsibilities in the family, I can't touch no less than 200,000 a year. I can't. I can't. I'm being a whole. Single by myself without no kids. Everybody be living it up. So, will I do? Everybody be living it up. Oh, come on, let's get high. Come on, let's just ride. Yeah. But a husband with 4 fucking kids. I'm gonna be talking about, I need to make 100,000 a year. I be looking like 100,000. 100,000 ain't shit. It ain't shit. 100,000 ain't shit. Think about it. Rent and a mortgage, you paying about $32,000, $27,000 to $32,000 a year. So 32,000 is going there. Taxes, it's not about 20, 30. So you got about between 50 and 60,000 right there. Car note, about another 3-4 grand. About 65,000. We ain't talking water, electric, phone bill. Yeah. 100,000 ain't shit. 100,000 is only something psychologically to a person that can't seem to get over that hump and actually touch it. Trust me, when you get there, I swear to God, you're gonna be like, this is what everybody hyped up for it to be. Telling you. And I don't got money like Anton Daniels, so he may look at it a little different. Or the other rich people out here. I don't got millionaire money, millionaire aspirations, but I don't have millionaire money. But my income has been on a steady increase the past 3. So I'm gonna get there one day. Oh, there ain't no doubt in my mind. I'm gonna touch $1 million. Oh, there ain't no doubt in my mind. And I do it in the most unconventional ways. I monetize my brain. I turn my brain and knowledge into money. I do things on my own time. I don't punch a W-2. I left the workforce in the beginning of 2022. And I've made more money in my lifetime solely banking on myself than I ever did by relying on a steady, knowing that a check is coming every week or every 2 weeks for my job. I made more money in my lifetime by 100% banking on myself. Because think about it. You ain't got the security of a weekly check coming or a bi-weekly check coming. You ain't got, like, you know it's coming. If I don't get it, I don't eat. Many people don't have the courage to step out there and stand up under that gun. It's a fact. I knew that was about to happen. A minor's image. Okay, we did that. It's a clean hook that may trap Corey. Why this matters? This claim avoids First Amendment issues because it's about money, not speech. Pay attention, Rita and Anton. Civil Code 3344, do not make it about speech. You make it about the money. Cases where plaintiffs won similar circumstances. The Daniels. Dover's Garland Productions, Gangland Productions. Reality show falsely portrayed persons as criminal. Plaintiff won on false light. Remember Gangland? Similar. False portrayal harming reputation. Have your lawyer read that case. Dover's Gangland Productions. Eastwood versus Superior Court. Actors' likeness was used misleadingly. Court allowed claim. Supports likeness misuse. Span versus Messner. False portrayal in published work. Plaintiff won. False narrative equals liability. Miller versus NBC, 1986. Emotional distress from broadcast exposure. Zacchini versus Scripps Howard, 1977. Unauthorized commercial use of performance. Strong analogy to monetization. Douglas versus Hustler magazine. Unauthorized use of images equals liability. Briscoe versus Reader's Digest. Exposure plus harm, privacy violation. Cantrell versus Forest City Publishing. False portrayal, Supreme Court allowed recovery. Huh? Anton? You better pay attention. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Roadblocks. This is where Corey's defense will come with. It's comedy, hyperbole. Courts protect comedy, insults, exaggeration. That's going to be his biggest defense. Opinion versus fact. Calling someone ugly is not defamation. Insults are usually protected. Context. Public beef. Because this came after a public argument, defense will argue this is mutual online conflict, entertainment. Rita's attorney must beat Corey's attorney to the punch by addressing this before he does. Public figure argument. It's another thing for the Daniels to look at. If Anton Daniels is considered a public figure, if he's cast in that light, the family may be dragged into limited public figure status. So Corey's attorneys may say, well, they're public figures too. That raises the standard to actual malice. Very hard to prove. First Amendment. Courts are very protective of speech, comedy, even offensive racial context. Supreme Elite Team litigation model breakdown. Who has the edge in this case? Strongest claims. Daniels. Misuse of likeness, minor. IIED. Intentional infliction of emotional distress because of repeated targeting, race, and minor. That is your strongest claims right here. By putting that girl on a goddamn t-shirt and making money off it. That's your strongest claim, in my opinion. Medium strip, the false light. The weakest, defamations, because insults are not facts. This lawsuit isn't just about jokes. It's about where the comedy turned into targeted exploitation. The strongest part of the case isn't even the insults. It's the fact that a minor's image was used for profit and that the harassment was repeated and monetized. That's where the case could really hurt Corey legally, right there. All the defamation and anything. As a matter of fact, if you didn't have Section 3344 in it, it looks like this case wouldn't have sustained a demurrer. And Anton Daniels, Rita Daniels, they're most definitely going to file a demurrer for the sole purpose that the lawyer raised a bunch of legal conclusions. And if you want my personal opinion, the lawyer did not do a very good job with this complaint. Not to the level I know it could have been done as. He did not do a very good job. Not to, because it was so, I mean, the live stream tells the whole story. And he fumbled the bag on a lot of issues. The wording of the issues, the wording of the arguments, the way he said things, that matters in court. He fumbled the bag on a lot of things. If this case succeeds, it won't likely be because he said something offensive. It will be because he turned it into content, merchandise, and targeted a minor. If I was preparing this complaint, my complaint would center around that. All the emotional distress for Rita, that would be all secondary. I would hone in that he targeted a minor, put on a shirt, made money off it, repeatedly did it, then have our consent. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. 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 And that's a fact. And you want to know who's coming? You know who's coming next? You know who's coming next? You want to know who's coming next? Let me show you who's coming next. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know who's coming next. What's her name? Keisha. She's coming next. She's coming next. Oh, she's coming next. Watch this. Let me look at her videos. Let's pull this up. Which one was it? Which one was it? I think it was this right here. I think it was one right here. Let me share my screen. Let me get it. Let me cue it up. I think this coming next right here. I think she's gonna be next. Not knowing, like, I think she will be next. Let me go ahead and about to share it right now. Getting it together. Yeah, right here. I think this is the one right here.
Second, give me a
Yeah.
in the jail. Yes, I have been to jail before in my 20s because I had a problem with knocking people's teeth out. Yes, I did. So Anton, you're not doing anything to me, sweetheart. I'm 50. I'm not 20. You're what are we talking about here? You think you're scared?
But the thing about it, Keisha, every day is a video about Anton. Then at every and your stuff pop up on my timeline. Anton this, Anton sleeping with Mika, Anton that, Anton that. If you don't like someone so much, why do you continue to highlight them? Think about it. You're not. I'm trying to figure out, what are you stopping? Yeah, you're talking about him, but what's the end goal? Let me stop his movement. Let me stop his traction. Like, think about it. What are you stopping? Because last time I checked the situation, this is a multi-millionaire, one of the best commentators of sports, been around forever. ESPN just secured their $100 million deal.
Welcome. This is a special edition of Straight Shooter with yours truly. You know, when I sit down and talk with people, I mean, you know, I've got requirements. I want you to be smart. I want you to be fearless in articulating your thoughts. Very, very open, very candid about who you are, what you want, how you feel, and why. And to have just interesting conversation, whether we agree or disagree, or whether we're just conversing about a multitude of subjects that we want to talk about. I love talking to people like that. I want people to know that when you see a show like this, understand
that Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, been around celebrities. Like, what are you stopping?
That it's to have a conversation, that everybody is welcomed. You know, since I started Straight Shooter, that airs on SiriusXM, POTUS Radio Channel 124 every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. And plus I include stuff on my YouTube channel. I've had 38 guests, 19 Republicans, 19 Democrats. And along the way, I've had pundits from both sides of the aisle. Well, there's somebody that's growing in the mind's eye and needs to continue to grow, because when he speaks, he's worthy of being listened to, because he's smart and he's fearless about what he has to say and how he feels and why. You know what? He's also respectful, so long as you make sure you're respectful to him. That's my kind of brother right there. I'm looking forward to having this conversation. He is Mr. Anton Daniels, based out of Detroit. He's doing big things, big time things. He's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube as well, and I have no doubt that that's going to continue to grow. The brother's special to listen to, and I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him.
What are you stopping? Keisha, get on the show with him. What are you stopping? It's like every time y'all talk shit about him, he just continues to win.
Daniels, based out of Detroit. He speaks, he's worthy of being listened to, because he's smart and he's fearless about what he has to say and how he feels and why. You know what? He's also respectful, so long as you make sure you're respectful to him. That's my kind of brother right there. I'm looking forward to having this conversation. He is Mr. Anton Daniels, based out of Detroit.
That's a great look.
He's doing big things, big time things. He's got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube as well, and I have no doubt that that's going to continue to grow. The brother's special to listen to. And
So
Scary me? When I was 19 years old.
What are we doing here? This?
Yes, I grew up kicking people's teeth out. Thank Jesus for God that I changed. Yo, y'all, he got something he wants y'all to know.
Does and what people are on his channel for. It's complete bullshit. It's nothing really. Instead of him reviewing other creators' content that are coming at him, instead of reviewing the content and going over the content, he's pulling personal information from out of their personal lives and trying to make content out of it, because he won't go to their channel like how we go to people's channel, We review content, we research content.
Y'all know what?
And that's all a friend of enemy, and my enemy is my friend. But the last time I checked,
I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him for the very, very first time. Right here on Straight Shooter with yours truly, the one and only Anton Daniels.
The last time I fucking checked, look at y'all, look.
Thanks to Anton, maybe later I'll come on and tell y'all that story. It really ain't nothing to tell you. I grew up in the hood, and when you know in the hood, you have to do what you have to do. Sometimes you got to put your hands on folks, and I did it too many times. What's next, Anton? What are you talking about?
The question is, what's next for y'all? Because he's actually somebody. Stephen A. Smith. Been on TV for 30 years, covered sports, for just New York's best time seller, signed a $100 million deal.
Up next. My guest is a Detroit-based YouTuber, business coach, and internet personality with more than 1 million subscribers across the social media platforms, known for his pop culture and conservative viewpoints. Please welcome for the first time to Straight Shooter, the one and only Anton Daniels. What's up, big time? How are you, man? How's everything?
A great look. You fucking haters, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. That is a great look. Anton is somebody. This ain't no dick, right? It is what it is. He is somebody. Stephen A. Smith was watching his content. He's somebody. What are you stopping? What is all this slandering? What is it stopping? It doesn't. I'm thinking, okay, if we run smear campaigns, the object is to stop his viewer, stop his pockets. And you can't just say, well, that's because the people that follow him so stupid. You got multi-millionaires inviting them to his show. Powerful people. What? And this happened after all this.
What? And see, you know what? I wasn't even going to talk about his background because I was like, you know what? That's lame. But Anton, you have no content. You have nothing to talk about. I ain't even been talking about you, Anton. You don't have nothing going on. Anton, are you kidding me?
He has nothing going on. What are you talking about? He was just on Stephen A. Smith. Do y'all not know who Stephen A. Smith is? You can catch him on First Take on ESPN. You can catch him covering NBA basketball games. He's been the sports beat calling writers forever, New York's best time. What are you talking about? Stephen A. Smith will never have you on his show. Like what? Yo, do these people, like, do they live in a delusional world? They really thinking that doing this, and then he pops up on here. What are you talking about? Why didn't Stephen A. Smith reach out to any of y'all? If that's the case. If Anton Daniels ain't doing nothing, ain't got nothing going on, why didn't Stephen A. Smith reach out to y'all? It don't matter. Oh, y'all talk about the same shit, pop culture and all that stuff was going on. Why he reach out to Anton instead of reaching out to y'all? If Anton Daniels ain't doing nothing, and he just nothing. It's all a facade. It's all cap. Why he make $300,000 in a month off this shit if he ain't doing nothing? That's more than what you made. I know that's more what you made. I know that's more what both of y'all made. What are y'all talking about?
Is this all you got? Why don't you fix your ugly ass daughter? Your daughter is ugly, Anton. See, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you took it there.
Okay, black sisters. I thought we supposed to be protecting our black sisters, our black daughters. So let's look here. Rebecca, I support you, Lakeisha. What do we have here? Let it play.
You should be trying to fix your nothing to talk about. Be trying to fix. I was like, you know what? That's lame. Sometimes you got to put your hands on folks. Nothing to talk about. I ain't even been talking about you, Anton. You don't
look at Jazz Noel over there. Look at Jazz. And what Jazz, for you to be so pro-black about the black community, you damn sure seems to be where all the drama's at. I ain't seen a pro-black live stream yet. You know what I'm talking about? Pro-black. I ain't seen a pro-black live stream yet. Y'all love the drama. Y'all love that shit. Y'all not these holy, good, mighty, I'm so reformed now. Y'all, that's online.
Don't have nothing going on. Anton, are you kidding me? Is this all you got? Why don't you fix your ugly ass daughter? Your daughter is ugly, Anton. See, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you took it there.
He didn't talk about your daughter or your kids or your aunts or your nieces. He talked about you. So, black sisters, where is the boycotting of her? Where's the boycotting of her? I'm pretty sure Jazz and all y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all left the chat when she did that. I'm pretty sure y'all scolded her for talking about another woman who shares the same identity as you, another child that shares the identity as you. I'm pretty sure all these people in the chat right here wouldn't want anyone talking about their daughter. Let me guess, since it's Anton, his daughter is not a human being now. Because you hate Anton Daniels so much that you're basically saying F his daughter too. I thought women, that nurturing spirit. Where's the women? Where's the nurturer spirit? Where's the nurturers? Where I thought we nurturing. I thought we supposed to protect each other. What happened? What happened?
You should be trying to fix your daughter face. Instead, you going back in 30.
Despicable. And look at here. Look at here. Look at this person here. Look down at the bottom. Laughing.
Years ago, look, you got anything to do with your life? Go fix.
Look at Randy. Eddie laughing. Laughing at another woman call another young black sister ugly. That it's a minor. And they're laughing. Now you see what I say? This shit is fake.
Your daughter, but y'all, let's review his video. Let's look at his video because he think he busting me out. You ain't busting me out.
So Anita Morris 6134. He's behaving worse than a kid. Think about it. Anton's behaving worse than a kid. But she's acting like a grown-ass adult and a woman by saying another minor girl is ugly. But she's behaving like an adult too. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all, this space is so fake. This is why I would never fit in with you fuck niggas. And you fuck bitches. That's why I would never fit in with y'all. Y'all fake as fuck.
Out, Negro. Y'all want to know the truth? I went to prison for 60 days for damn near unaliving somebody.
Bitch, I went to prison for motherfucking to the feds for 8 for putting in work. Fuck you talk. Half you internet motherfuckers, y'all fake as shit. You ain't really with that shit for real. You ain't really risk all that shit for real. I ain't with that shit for real. I ain't been in shootouts for real. You ain't been in race rides for real. You ain't really been in the trenches where you had to shoot yourself out of the situation. You ain't really been in that. You don't know what it's like. Half y'all don't know what it's like. Y'all ain't been kicking up dust where the federal government had to come get you. Y'all ain't been kicking up dust for real. First they say, I'm not an internet. I am an internet. I'm an internet. I'm an internet guy. Make no bones about it. I've already been there, done that. Look at Jazz Noel. So Lakeisha wasn't no punk and was whooping ass once upon a time. So damn what? But Jazz, no comments about her calling Anton's daughter ugly, Jazz? Jazz, what about that? She just called her daughter, he just called his daughter ugly. And she was a minor at the time too. No women, y'all not gonna say, damn sis, that was wrong. Yeah, nobody's gonna say that now. All because it's Anton.
F with me. You want to bring her out, Anton. So if you got it, you should know that you're messing with somebody who will. I don't play those type of games.
You 50 years old. My wife will beat your ass. Here's my wife from Marion. Right from New Jersey. My wife will beat your ass. And she kind of fight like a man. My wife will beat your ass. And she ain't short either. She's about 5'8", almost 5'9". My wife will beat your ass. From pillar to post. Go to the gym every day. She will whoop you.
Games. Anton, you got me twisted. You got me so twisted. You should be worried about your ugly daughter. Your daughter is ugly.
Look at that. Look at the disgust. Disgusting. Disgusting. Look at that. And none of our black sisters are going to sit there and at least be like, damn, sis, you couldn't have went there. That is disgusting. But these are the women that men are supposed to protect. These are the queens that we're supposed to protect and respect. So we're supposed to protect this. Huh? So is that what we're supposed to do? Oh, don't disrespect women. We got to protect women. Is that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to protect this.
Your ugly daughter is ugly. And see, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt when Corey talked about his ugly ass daughter. Your daughter ugly and your wife is ugly too, Anton. I tried to give you the benefit. No, his daughter, she out there too. His daughter ugly too. His daughter is ugly because y'all look at this. This
so mad that he put out your mug shot. So mad that he put out your mug shot. You were so mad, probably embarrassed by the picture. Now you got to go to your wife is ugly. Your daughter's ugly. Well, where your husband at so we could see him? And look at Randy laughing. Look. Nobody is saying anything about her doing that. Nobody. Look at all the women in the chat. Pretty sure some of them got kids. You know they got kids before they got married. You know they ain't got no goddamn husband. You know they got kids. They got kids now. But look.
This is a man that was online crying about somebody messing with his daughter, and he starts shit with people. But thank you, Anton.
He can start all the shit he wants with the people. What does that have to do about his daughter? Or did Anton say something crazy about your daughter? If he said something crazy about people's daughter, then I guess it is what it is. But I'm unaware, and I'll stand to straighten if I'm wrong. But as a black woman Why would you talk about another black woman? And it goes to show that the sisterhood is fake. As long as you're trauma bonding, as long as you're unhappy, as long as you have no prospects, as long as you have no one that you can go home to at night that's meaningful and full of substance, you're right for the sisterhood. You cannot be happily married and be part of the sisterhood. You can't be in shape and be part of the sisterhood. You can't be drop dead beautiful and gorgeous to be part of the sisterhood, because the sisterhood going to turn on you. You either got to be overweight, you got to be ugly, you got to be fat, you got to made fucked up decisions in your life, and now you're mad at the men who hasn't put you through that instead of the men that you chose to deal with. See, you got to be all those things to be part of the sisterhood. And one thing I notice about these spaces, as long as they like you, you can do things and say things that you know that you wouldn't want it done to you, and you would support it, all because you got a common enemy. But let the same person turn the straps at you. You ain't gonna like it. That's how fake y'all are. And God, ladies, don't marry a white woman. Or they'll talk shit behind your back about you marrying a white woman and still bring their ass up on your panel and give a fucking input like they fuck with you. You ever notice anytime a black woman says black men, men ain't this, men ain't this? Oh, except for you. You really think that they don't look at you the same way? Because if they knew how to decipher and was real honest with themselves, they would never talk about men that they've never met or experienced. They know that they would have to keep it right at the men who they deal with. But they paint this broad picture based on people and what they say online that never directly contributed to their trauma. But you think that just because they talk about them and not me, they ain't yes, they feel the same way about you too. This is why behind their back, they be mad at motherfuckers who marry white women, talking shit behind their back, but hop on their panels and contributing to your conversation like they cool with you. Shh, boy, y'all motherfuckers.
Maybe I can tell this story and help somebody. I really don't like, it's not that I'm embarrassed. I mean, it's really nothing to talk about, but since Anton put it out there, we're going to go live and talk about it.
You actually seem like you're mad that he put it out there. It actually seems like you wanted to be in a certain light. You act like you wanted to be in a certain light. That's what it looks like. Bitch, you wish. Bitch, you wish. Look. Yes. Yes. Bitch, you wish. Bitch, you wish. Bitch, you wish. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Ah. Oh shit. This shit gets spoken around here.
Okay, Anton. But I want Anton to put that out there. Isn't that so crazy though, how Anton don't got no damn content. He don't talk about nothing on his page. I ain't even talking about.
But he was just on Stephen A. Smith's show. He's been on Fox News before. Obviously he has something. Obviously the big wits keep calling for him. Obviously he's doing something. Y'all can't even acknowledge. Now for real, y'all can't even acknowledge. And girl, man, you ain't no one to be calling anyone ugly. You aren't anyone to be calling anyone ugly. Respect. You ain't no one to be calling anyone ugly. I swear to God, you not. You don't be calling no one ugly. I swear to God, if I was walking in public, I would be 5 steps ahead of you. And not just my wife. You can look at a lot of my exes. I kept a bad bitch in my 20s, 30s. I could screenshot them on Facebook. I kept a bad bitch. I kept a bad bitch. I keeps one. You tripping.
All this food. And he has no content. So he want to come over here talking about, I'm expose her background. Boy, I done been to jail for stomping the shit out of some folks. You better know the truth about me. Do I look like I play games? But y'all, let's review his video because for some reason he thinks, and isn't, you know what, y'all, maybe that's a story I should tell because people tell you that when you go to jail or certain things happen to you, you can't accomplish certain things. Baby, I have accomplished a lot.
I agree with that. I ain't even mad at that. I agree with that. Just because you go to jail don't mean nothing. I went to jail and I surpassed many people. I surpassed many people. I surpassed many people. So yeah, that ain't being in jail don't mean nothing.
Yes, I went to jail for trying to kill out. Yes, I did for 60 days. And you know what I did? I have my master's degree. I have my bachelor's degree. I have my associates. I have bought 2 homes. 2 homes, not one, but 2 homes. Okay.
Can we see the titles?
Okay. Got A1 credit. Children is doing immaculate. And guess what? I don't got to deal with a Negro like Anton. You see what I'm saying? Maybe that is a story that I should tell people. Maybe it is. Anton, you cannot hurt me because I am so glad that everything I did when I was younger because I learned from it. I learned from it. What does that say? You're screaming. You're screaming. Somebody said I'm screaming. Okay, let me calm down. I was screaming for a minute. I was probably screaming.
Yeah, calm down.
But y'all, let's review Anton's video, y'all. Girl, I'm gonna get you up out of here. Your mama lying. I don't got time. Y'all, let's review.
Hold on. What'd she say? Hold on. She says so she ain't now when someone don't agree with them, what do? They block you because they only want people in the comments that agree with them. Typical.
I'm so glad that everything I did when I was younger because I learned from it. I learned from it.
But they're saying facts, but they're not going to send the fact that he just literally disrespected and degraded a fucking minor at the time. So they're going to gloss over that all because they don't like Anton either. All because they don't like Anton either. They will throw all their morals and principles of value. Well, they don't have none. All because they don't like Anton. Look at this shit. This shit is.
What does that say? You're screaming. You're screaming. Somebody said I'm screaming. Okay, let me calm down. I was screaming for a minute. I was probably screaming. But y'all, let's review Anton's video, y'all. Girl, I'm gonna get you up out of here.
Why you do that?
Y'all, let's review Anton's video, okay? Because people have not been.
But you wish. I think that's why you really mad. You don't even look better than Anton's wife. Anton's wife that's a nice looking chocolate sister. You damn sure don't look better than my wife. You damn sure. You damn sure can't swim in her bath water. I got the black man's. I put my bitch in the white one. My wife, you know how we use the term. I put her in the white one. Equally yoked. I got all this. Why you got a background fit to show your house? Stop playing. Stop playing. Girl, you need to stop.
And so what? So what, Anton? What's next? You still a loser. Y'all, let's review his video.
How is he losing? How is he losing? How is Anton losing? Can somebody please in the chat explain to me how is all this smear campaign about Anton Daniels? How is he lose? Like, how is he losing? They said when January, February made $300,000 in a month. Y'all been making like, how is he like? I'm trying to understand how the laws calculates. What do you mean he's losing? How does the loss work? There's still 1,500, 1,700, 2,000 in his room 9 every night when he go live. Even when they're just sitting there kicking the shits, everybody's still there. I'm trying to, like, Patreon is lit. I'm trying to figure out how is he losing? Somebody please tell me.
And we find, contradictory statements. We find egregious statements. We go through content, things that are.
No, I don't owe an explanation, but the reason why I'm talking about it, because people think that because you don't talk about stuff that you're hiding.
Yes, you care what people think. You care what they're going to think about the mugshot because you know the sisterhood is fake too. Right. You know what you're doing. You need to respin the narrative because you really care about how you're viewed. That's a nice mansion you live in. I like your layout. That's nice.
I'm not hiding shit. Who want to talk about, oh, I was arrested when I was 19 or then I got in trouble when I was 20?
Why not? Why not? From the day I started teaching, got my class, I let them know my background. Why not? If you ain't got nothing to hide, why not? Why don't you tell them where you really come from? Let them know who you really are. Let them know your background. You wanted just them to know from what you at right now today. So you really didn't want them to know you got locked up and you're mad that he exposed it. And you got so mad. And just like what multiple women do when they get mad, they will try to hit as low but below the belt as they can in these moments. Do you think if she was with a man or a husband and when she gets pissed off at him or he does something she don't like, that she won't hit below the belt with him? Absolutely. And this is what they do. This is what women like her does. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't care about it, why the fuck didn't you just tell your people you went to jail earlier for beating bitches up? Whip the fucking dude.
20, like that's boring. Who wants to talk about that? Like that.
It ain't boring. It gives people an insight on what they are. Actually makes you see a more personal reason where you wanted to open up like that and don't have nothing to hide. You're just mad that it came out of Anton's mouth first instead of yours. You didn't want nobody to know that. That's what you're mad at. You didn't want nobody to know that. For whatever reason, you felt embarrassed about it. I don't know why. You didn't want nobody to know that. Anytime I was born, man, them fucking jail, prison channels do big numbers. Why don't you give a story about how you had to beat a bitch up and went to jail? They would have found that entertaining. Fuck are you talking about? Bro, this fake ass reverse psychology.
That's nothing really. I'm talking about the news, but since I'm the news, let's talk about it. Like, I don't care if, if Anton wants to talk about this. I want Anton to put it online. Put it online. Put it online.
No, you're only saying that because now it's already out there. But you notice that you never spoke about your criminal past. So obviously you didn't want nobody to know. So oh my gosh, bro.
Anton is, and this is the thing though.
God, she is really mad he did that. Yeah, that's performative. She is really hot that he did that. She is so mad that he did that. You can tell.
Had to moved on to something else. This is how y'all know that Anton likes the attention. He likes the attention because nobody is going to his damn channel. But let's review his video. He want to tell y'all that I got a record. I sure do. But Anton, I want you to put it online. Put it online.
Already online. He's not doing that. He's going offline into people's personal lives, doxing them completely out of anger. And to me, as a content creator, that's out of bounds. Now, a lot of people have done stuff to me. I mean, there are people making AI content of me and my homeboy Trey Watts over at Trey Watts TV. Somebody was making an AI video of me kissing him, saying, look at these gay dudes, look at these. They was making AI content doing that.
Unpaid $450 tab. Tonight, a Tomball nail salon is out hundreds of dollars.
162,000 views in 19 hours. 162,000 views in 19 hours. $11K in 3 weeks. 1,340,000. Anton Daniels with Brian
What's
McKnight.
going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. As usual, I got a special guest, but let me introduce this person a little bit differently because going forward, I made up in my mind, I only want to talk to people that I feel like I can get true value from. You know, people that could give me some insight, give you guys some insight based off of their history, their current situation, and where they see themselves in the future. And I want to introduce, I don't know if I should introduce you as the Brian McKnight that I know.
You're fucking Brian McKnight! What are you talking about? How is this man losing? How is he losing? This man is winning. Same wife for 23, 24 years. A daughter that is doing very good for the public picture. Sports, a good athlete. I don't see no outside babies. With his same wife, that shows a level of commitment. However he got his money, he obviously has done the right things with it. He's mastered the internet space. How is he losing? Somebody please help me understand. Lakeisha, he's a loser. How? Lakeisha, why don't you go get Brian McKnight? If what he doing is so just everybody can do it. Go get Brian McKnight. Have him agree to come to your channel. Because he got Brian McKnight here. He's on Stephen A. Smith here. I'm trying to figure out how, where's the loss at? Where's the loss at? And there's other channels, the Millionaire Morning Show, 433,000. Room 9, 102,000. Durf Anton, 58K. Look at his views. His little shorts. 35,000 in 16 hours, 21,000, 13 hours, 52,000 in a day. You still stuck on 11,000 for 3 weeks ago. He made 14,000 in a day. 36,000 2 days, 42,000 2 days. 2.4 thousand an hour ago. Many of us at that number for a week or two. 24,000 4 hours ago, 22,000 7 hours ago, 23,000 10 hours. Look at all these videos he loaded today. That man grinding. What are you talking about? 908,000. Charleston White. 249,000. 195,000. 92,000. What are you talking about? 266,000, 302,000. What are you talking about? Can someone explain to me how Anton Daniels is losing? How is he a loser? Y'all would love to have this number, these numbers. What is his last view? 15,000.
What's going on,
hours
friends?
ago.
It's Anton.
Let's get here.
Sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East. America spends tens of billions per year fighting their Islamic jihad proxies. The Iranian government has been clear that they want proxies. Narada Smith says Iran is the largest sponsor of.
How is he losing? I'm trying to see if I can get to the comments, the live comments. Probably about 2,000, 1,500 people in there. How's he losing? How is he losing? See, I don't hate a motherfucker for winning and doing better than me because it's motivation. Actually, congratulate. We talk about so much of the Pookies and Ray Ray. That's what I'm saying. The Pookies and Ray Rays, they talk shit about you. If you're a successful black man, it's like they hate you more. It's like they resent you for their own lives and where they end up at. It's like it's a resentment. Unless you're struggling, poor, and black, it's like they hate you. They hate you when you're not poor. They hate you when you're rich. They hate you when you're married to your same wife for 24 years. They hate you if you raise your daughter right. They hate you if you make smart investments. They hate you if you employ people. They hate you if you provide finances and resources to other people. They hate you when you can give other people jobs and opportunities. It's like, don't matter what they do, you hate you. So all it boils down to, you just got to say the things that they want you to say. What you're really mad is his stock continues to rise as y'all think this shit right here is going to bring him down. But y'all know it's not. So all y'all doing right now is pimping your audience to get them to watch, to bring ad revenue, the AdSense, the super chats, the cash apps for talking about a man that they know y'all don't like.
Content because we knew what they were doing it for. They were upset at the content.
So he can't talk about content because this is what I tell y'all all the time. Anton is a horrible content creator. If y'all look at his content, where's the content? Like, he talks about dumb shit all day. He has no content. Anton is a loser. Like, literally, all of y'all in the chat can get y'all own.
How is he a loser? If this y'all definition of losing, man, shit. I don't know what to say. If this y'all definition of losing. Anton Daniels is a Detroit-based YouTuber and investor who describes themselves as a decamillionaire with reported monthly YouTube revenue between 170,000 and 250 racks a fucking month. Half you haters don't even never touch that in your lifetime. I'm in between there. Yearly. He makes that in a month. How is he losing? Net worth about 5 million. A multi-millionaire. How is he losing, ladies and gentlemen? How is he a loser? Oh, he's a loser based on the things that he says. Because the receipts that are observable, he can't be a loser financially. He can't be a loser financially, so how is he a loser? Let me guess. The morality card. Now the morals come into play. Now the morals come into play. I keep forgetting the tone in the moral police when they can't call you broke, when they can't call you a bum, when they can't call you a Pookie or a Ray Ray. The only thing they have left is the morals and the tone.
YouTube channel and be making money. Look at the shit that he does. Look at his content. and you want to talk about somebody back, boy, I don't give a damn. Yeah.
Even if some of the live streams are boring, where they're just sitting around doing nothing, there's still 1,500 people at any given time just still there. So when you can have a live stream that they really ain't doing shit, it's a little dry, and you still have that much of engagement, like he could literally fire up a live stream and just sit there in front of the camera, engage with the chat a little bit, talk a little shit. Hey, y'all want to see this right quick? And it's probably going to do way more numbers than a lot of us combined. How is that losing? I've seen some of the receipts. He's not lying. He got that shit for real. And that's what y'all hate. That's what y'all hate. Y'all don't really hate Anton. Y'all hate that success is attached to a man that you can't stand. That's what you really hate.
Yes, I was bad as hell. You can believe that. This is what I say all the time. I say, oh, thank God for my children, because they ain't nothing like how I was. Like how Anton is sitting over there. The old me would go to Detroit and would beat his whole.
No, the fuck you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Whenever you got to talk about what you would have did when you was younger, that means your ass is washed up. You are 50 years old, man. You ain't doing shit. You halfway, you close to that. I ain't even gonna say it.
Whole family up. I'm just gonna let y'all know, since Anton put it out there, the old me will go to Detroit and we will beat this whole.
Notice how she got to keep preps about since Anton, but she really feels some type of way about him putting that shit out there. She really feels some type of way.
Family up. I didn't want to be that person no more. I'm just telling y'all, like, that's what the old me would do. Like, why you bringing up something from 30 years ago? I don't care, but y'all, let's watch his video. Let's watch his video. He wants y'all to see this video because nobody is paying him no attention. See, the thing about it, Anton is noticing people don't really care about his ass. They're not paying attention to his content. And now he wants to bring.
Ma'am, you keep saying that shit, and I have to keep reminding you. People are paying attention to his content. They are. Someone who is way more powerful than this whole space combined. They are paying attention to his content. They are. Why can't y'all just accept the fact that he is very successful? He's a successful black man. What's so wrong with it? But when you ask them what they want in a man, they want a successful black man. But it shows that, no, you don't want just a successful black man. You want an emotional doormat. You want a man that has no backbone. You want a man that just shuts the fuck up and lets you get the last word. You want a man that's not going to defend themselves when you try to attack them. You want a fucking puppet. You want a doormat. A successful black man doormat where you get so much out of him and where you give very little. That's what you want. Newsflash, a lot of successful people are assholes. Even the millionaires that I know. Even the millionaires that I got on speed dial. They're assholes.
Like, well, I don't care, but let's watch this video, y'all.
Content we were making. We just kept making the content. We kept eating. So they can use AI and try to do dumb stuff. And we just
At the old pictures, this was
aware, something like that. Sure, okay. It's potentially content. It's public information. Everybody knows about it.
found. Somebody sent me the file at the old pictures. This was.
Oh. Now I see. Now I see. I see what's going on now. She didn't like how she looked in the picture. I see what's going on. She didn't like how she, oh, I get it. She ain't like that picture.
Okay, so that would that. I mean, I guess I can go Google this article for y'all. This, like, boy. So this is a write up. What he's showing y'all. Let me kind of explain it.
See, this is all the stuff she probably just didn't want people to know. Because how you get from there to saying his daughter's ugly because he did that. I don't think he talked about your kids like the fuck. You've been making videos after videos after videos after him, but like the fuck. It's like you get so mad after making videos after videos after videos after videos after videos after videos after videos. And now when he clap back, oh, your daughter ugly. And she's supposed to be 50 years old.
My kids, when they were younger, they went to a charter school. I don't know if y'all are familiar with charter schools, but I was very familiar because shortly before that, I had my own school. Well, my kids, when they were younger, they went to a charter school. So me being a nosy mama that I am, I found out them damn teachers wasn't licensed. So I reported them. So what he's showing you guys is the interview of when I reported that school. So this dude is real goofy.
Sir, some of these women were born old.
And why, now y'all see why I was talking about his daughter. He want to talk about somebody's looks. I bet you.
But that's why you didn't like how you looked in the picture back then. So you try to clap back by talking about his daughter. I get it.
Ain't a kid in my motherfucking house look like your old face ass daughter. Your daughter look like she can be my grandmama. You got the nerve to talk about somebody looks in your. If any one of my children was ugly, I don't even know how I would be able to accept that. Anton,
what are you talking about? If one of my kids was ugly, I don't know how I would accept that. That's still your fucking child. You know what? Let me stop before my channel starts to turn into something that I don't want it to be. Suck to be you, shorty. Call wife. Hey man, I'm about to go get fat.
I got her. We just left out of the pharmacy. I can't even drive. I broke my hand.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, this shit hurt.
When you get home, I'm gonna snap it back in place for you.
Oh, you drove me. It's not out of place. It's just hurt. Can't even drive.
Oh shit. Yeah, down the street?
Yeah, we right here. We right here by the light.
All right. I'll see you in a minute. Damn. Oh, I'm fucked up. Scared. The dude winning. She had to remind. I don't know how he not winning. I don't know how he's a loser. I really don't know. I don't know how he's. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But I will do is I'm going to take that complaint that was filed. I'm going to do my version of it. And I'm going to send it to Anton and say, hey, you know what you think? And then send him a breakdown of it. Like, yo, Anton, I'm trying surgical with these lawsuits. So, hey, I know you got it. Yeah, Anton Daniels, come be my client. I'll prepare it for you. Take it to your lawyer. Have him review it. Now, if he need to do a little whatever you need to do and argue it, you cool. But I guarantee you're going to use some of my points in it. Trust me. A law firm already used some of my talking points in their lawsuit against the same company that I just beat. The Rosen Law Firm. That's a class action lawsuit for securities investors. So, we'll see. We will see. And if you need a reference, I'll send you numbers to people who knows people in high places that review my lawsuits, my briefs, my drafts. But it is what it is. Man, oh man. Y'all, they get spooky out here. So let me end this stream today. Just had to come report on it because these people are crazy out here in the world. New Culture Empire. This is why we do what we do. This is why we do what we do on this channel, because this is too much. It's bad enough we got to deal with the sovereign citizens, but this is too much. Saying someone is a loser, saying someone ain't winning, and it's obviously that he is winning. Like anybody, you don't even have to know him and know like, oh shit, he doing it. Like you can tell. Like there's nothing to hide around it. But of course, I don't think he's losing financially to them. I think he's losing based on they just don't like what he's saying. All right, y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one.
They studying the source now. Supreme Elite. New Empire talk. Came on reading numbers. They were reading memes. He was reading filings. Planning out the dream. Turn every late fee in the case law heat. Judge bang gavel. He don't skip a beat. They like how you flip stress in the assets. How you turn a loss in the last check. Thomas took notes, broke codes, then he proved it. Now the classroom global and the language fluid. Thomas is the blueprint. Write that in the sky, let the crew print. From the courtroom smoke to the new man. He designed the way we move our 2 cents. Thomas is the blueprint. Supreme Elite team, that's the school stamp. From the first lay bill to the full camp. New Culture Empire, watch the flag plan. Supreme Elite Team University. Turn the credit score into currency. Turn the closed door to a first key. Turn the side job to a legacy. He beat odds, then he beat litigation. Now we teach law like a new translation. From confusion into consultation. From survival into foundation. They log in, lights on in their eyes now. Section this, call that. They reply now. He like, know your rights, then apply now. God, that's the real drip. Let it dry now. Thomas is the blueprint. Write that in the sky, let the crew print. From the courtroom smoke to the new man. He designed the way we move our 2 cents. Thomas is the blueprint. Supreme Elite team, that's the school stamp. Wave it. From the first lay bill to the full camp. New Culture Empire, watch the flag plan. From the bench to the block, he reversed that. Put the power in the pen, yeah, he birthed that. Every mind that he frees, that's a verse that. Whole culture on the rise, you can search that. Hey. Thomas is the blueprint. Write that in the sky, let the blueprint. From the courtroom smoke to the new man. He designed the way we move our 2 cents. Thomas is the blueprint. Supreme Elite team, that's the school stamp. From the first lay bill to the full camp. New Culture Empire, watch the flag plan.